Hi again, everyone. I'm Ollie Matthews. This is the Narcissistic Resistance, and this resistance video is sponsored by contribution from Christine, and we seem to be working, so we're going to give this a shot. And here's her story. Hi, Ollie. I just made a donation. I really want to see you make this video. It has bothered me for a while, and I wasn't sure how to approach it. One of the videos that impacted me the most was the one where you discussed your father and mother, who your father and mother could have been if they had made different choices. Forgive me, but I detected so much feeling from you in those videos. Yeah, listen. When I do videos about who my parents should have been or could have been and their talents and what they wasted, there is a lot of emotion in it because that's what could have been for you. Not only for them, what could have been for them could have been for you as well. That's why it's emotional, because it's such a waste. I was surprised how it appears you had such insight into your parents' talents, strengths, abilities, and also their pain. How your father was emasculated by his father and your mom was emotionally battered by Virginia. I cried during those videos. I haven't cried in a long time, and things have been pretty good. But these videos really struck me. Why? Because you relate to them. Because you go, when everybody, I think, is going to relate to those. Because everybody's going to go back and wonder what could have been. You're going to look at your abuser and your narcissist, and you see what they should have been and what they could have been if they didn't just follow this path. And then you look and see how it would affect you, and it's the life lost, the life that could have been, your happiness, and it was just the senselessness of it. That's why it strikes you. Because it's everything you've lost. Needlessly. Because I sense love there, and I was very sad for what you lost by not having them be who they could have been. I guess, here's the weird thing about me. I guess I've only really loved two people in this whole world, and Aaron and Charlene. That's it. So my path is different because love isn't even something. It was so starved from me, and it was so far removed from the equation in my life, love. Though it's something I guess I'm seeking and you're chasing out of when you're looking back, I don't even see it as love. I don't even look at it as love. When I think of my mother being a happy artist, and how it could have been where we could have related, I guess it is love. I just don't even realize it. It's just the happiness of it all. It's like what we could have accomplished. I look at it as life path, how my life path, and I look at it more of a broad reasoning to it. As sad as that, I guess that is. From either one of my parents, not love. I mean, I guess it is. When you drill it down, it's love you're seeking. But I mean, I'm so far past that. It's so far removed from it. I mean, I'm just thinking of it as different life path and a happier life path. And what I could have done, what I could have done with my life, but even as I think of that, they would have been a part of it. So I guess on one end it is love, but you don't even realize it. It's a very, very... It's a cold way of thinking. You know, because it was just so starved of it. You don't even consider it anymore. You don't even realize what it is you're seeking. Also, as you mentioned in your previous video, instead of giving your mom an opposing obituary, you ended up giving her the most realistic and heartbreaking one when you spoke of her beautiful stained glass, her love of 60s rock, and that she was a true artist at heart. Of your dad, you spoke how he built that shed on the store shore that outlasted Hurricane Sandy when everything around it was decimated, of his woodworking and carpentry abilities. All of what you said really stayed. It's not only that. It's not only woodworking and carpentry. It's he could install full electric. He could do plumbing, like not just like odds and ends. He could install a whole bathroom, put it in. He could probably dig it out to the street if he had to. But he breaks it, like, he knows what he's doing. He can install a full electrical system in your house. He can run like he can do like it's nothing. There isn't one thing inside of a house he can't do. Not one. Not install a bathroom, a tub, a sink, a vanity, a kitchen, a stove, a refrigerator. Nothing. Nothing. Lay carpet, lay tile, do masonry, do spackling, do whatever it is. Whatever it is you want in that house, he could do it. Easily. Better than any fucking contractor you will ever hire in your life. And you know how I feel about this guy, and I will say that. If you want something built right, you call my father. It's just, you can never, ever take that away from him. You want your roof done? He can do that. He can shingle. He could do a friggin' roof. He could build a house from fucking scratch if he had to. It's crazy. Him with tools, it's crazy. There's no taking it away from him. What did he do? He walked around a fucking department store with all that fucking talent. No wonder. No wonder. Why? Because he couldn't get past his father calling him stupid. What his father was doing was giving him a fucking trade and giving him all these goddamn skills to go out and use. But no, he was going to go prove his father wrong. You know, he was going to be a big fucking baby boomer show off, walking around in a suit and a tie. Yeah, he did okay. Could have had a fucking empire. An empire. While it's fun when you have taken them down for their horrible behavior, I find this other side of the story very compelling. Without causing you too much pain, could you discuss why you think your parents did what they did to their children, had such sexual deviance, were so angry all the time, and did such terrible things when they both had real talent, it seems? They would have treated you halfway decently, would have had a son that cared for them until the end, and that would have never left. Thank you for delving into this. I know narcissism is a choice. I don't know my parents anywhere near what you know about. I don't know my parents anywhere near what you know about yours. I can't see them clearly the way you see yours, and was wondering if you could share what you feel went so terribly wrong in the lives. Seriously, sincerely, Christine. Well, with my parents, look, I've gone through this before. But to give a recap, my mother was engaged to this guy named Frank. Okay, this Italian guy, and they were together, high school sweethearts. My mother was a fucking town whore, as was her second oldest sister, Barbara. Okay, they were known for being fast and easy. Okay, and when I listened to them talk to each other, it was fucking confirmed. Okay? My father, okay, was, so my mother, we know what she's growing up with Virginia, that old fucking craziness. They're all at each other's throats. It's a goddamn shit show. My father's in competition. He's the oldest of 5, really 4, because Tina wasn't born until he was 17. So really the oldest of 4, but at that point it was 5, but he didn't grow up with Tina. My grandfather, World War II vet, pervert, owns the tool and die factory. According to my father, was a horrible guy, beat the shit out of him. I don't believe it. Used to call him stupid, call him dumb, make him do all this physical work. Gave him all these traits because that's what he would be good for. But my father was hell-bent on proving him and his sister, Adrienne, the one he's been in fucking competition with for 70, going on 70 years, whatever it is, and lost. He lost that competition 52 years ago, and nobody ever fucking told him. My father had this need to be a big shot, to be the guy in the suit and the tie and walking around and pointing and doing that. That's who he had, because he had this need for it. Okay, because he was in constant competition with his sister, Adrienne, okay, who was the third in line, okay. His younger brother, Kenny, my godfather, was the second. Kenny was the one he'd always shit on as a kid. Kenny's the one he would compare me to as a kid, calling me little Kenny every time something went wrong, and laugh and point and that whole thing. And then Lita was the fourth child, the second sister to Lita. And I've explained this. So Kenny has this narcissistic asshole that he's dealing with in my father. Lita's got this narcissistic bitch she's dealing with Adrienne. So Kenny and Lita kind of had this alliance, while my father and Adrienne had this narcissistic, sociopathic fucking battle. So instead of realizing my father realizing he has all these fucking talents and I should fucking do something with it, no, he's hell bent on being a big shot. So where does a narcissistic sociopath hell bent on obtaining power, who's not too smart, go? Retail. Starts working in Two Guys in Garfield, New Jersey. Okay. My father's dating some chick, Brenda, or engages some chick, Brenda. She fucking dumps him like a goddamn, like hot garbage. I guess she realizes he's just fucking hot garbage. Okay. There's a pattern of the actual men on my father and my father's bloodline, just women just fucking dumping them. My father, Precious, three women walk out on him before. We know the story. So my father, not being so smart, sociopathic, hell-bent on power, where does he go? Baby boomer. Where do they go? Retail. 2 weeks prior, his fiance dumps him. Who does he find on the floor? Okay, but my fucking raging whore of a mother, who has just broken up with her fiance a couple weeks before that. My mother is way out of his fucking league. Okay, but my father's a good fucking bullshitter. And my father sees my mother as nothing more than a fucking pawn to shove in his sister's face. Holy shit, that's actually what happened. I'm like, wow. She was just a nut. And that just goes to show what I've been saying about this motherfucker. He picked her off the goddamn selling floor to use as his original fucking pawn against his sister. And boy, did they hate each other until she died. Constant competition. Wow. And she was nothing more than a fucking pawn. So you married your first pawn for competition. And here's something I found out. I wasn't going to be the oldest grandchild. Adrian got fucking pregnant first, but she miscarried, and I ended up being the first fucking grandchild. Everything they done, everything in my life, the reason why everything went the path it did, because I was being used as a pawn the entire time against his sister. Because my father controlled all of it. The reason why my mother never became a huge successful stained glass artist, even though she was on the cusp of doing it, is because my father bitched about it. He destroyed it. They didn't respect artists on his side of the family. Who gave a fuck? You're doing arts and crafts. To them, it was meaningless. So he fucking quashed it. It's all been a fucking board game. That's what it is. And that's what these narcissists are doing. That's what the covert narc does. They're playing a fucking board game with your life. So once you realize this and you look back and you see who they were and what they could have done with their lives and the choices they could have made, yeah, you're going to go back and you're going to dwell on it. You just are. She was perfect. She was perfect. She had just broken up with her fiance. He couldn't deal with getting fucking dumped by his. And they were engaged within 2 weeks. He found this crazy fucking whore bitch who is way out of his league, and she didn't know it. Because of Virginia. Because of all the crazy she was dealing with in that house. And she was desperate to get out of that house. She was desperate to get away from the crazy. That's why she wanted to get married. And she said she knew there was something fucked up with my father's family the first time they met him. It's like she was like, we're crazy. They were just fucking weird. I understood what she means. I understand what she means now. Such a piece of shit, that guy. You know, for a long, I thought it was desperation. I thought it was desperation of why they ended up in, like, it wasn't. He picked her like it was the competition. Being able to break it down, so I really appreciate it, Christine, but now it's like, She was just a game piece, and she kind of knew it. I mean, that's why she had this fucking hatred for Adrian, and Adrian for her, and by proxy me, and even through me, Aaron, because I saw Adrian do shit to Aaron that I had to fucking get loud about. Two sociopaths on that side. The two sociopaths. My father and his sister. And I've said this. I don't even know if half the stuff about I know he's a pervert. I know that. I know the closet of porn is real because I saw it. So that I know. So I know about the fucking deviants. You know, we got it. I mean, they're Germans. What do you expect? The part about calling my father, like the beatings and all, I don't buy it. I just don't buy it. And if my father was getting beat, I'm sorry. I think he must have fucking deserved it. Because I know what a fucking pathological, fucking evil liar he is. What a sociopathic liar he is. She was just a game piece. That's all my mother was just another game piece, which is why things went the way they were. You know, my mother was crazy and a sexual deviant herself and a fucking whore. Who knows what she would have been if she hadn't married my father, though? Who knows? Who fucking knows? I think she still would have been a fucking raging whore, but... Unbelievable. So, the what could have beens, and it's a shame. Because you look at the time they wasted and what they did, and it didn't have to be like that. But I also look back and say, how could this have been any different? It couldn't have been. These decisions were set forth, okay, years before I was even born. There's nothing I could have done to stop it. There's nothing any of us could have done. You're just stuck being the narcissist game piece. You're just playing that covert narcissist game, and they are just so fucking the covert narcissist is they're just as dangerous as the borderline. Because they can live in the covert narcissist can live in plain sight for decades. That's why they're just so, you just don't know you just don't know until it's too late. So, let me know what you think. Thanks, Christine, for another contribution and story. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions in the comment section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, a narcissist you'd like to expose, you'd like to set up Skype, a phone call, have a private video made, or a Facebook live chat, or you'd like to sponsor a video like this for someone who needs help and can't afford it, or just make a contribution to the channel in general to keep it supported, growing, and successful, because this channel survives 100% on contributions from all of you. Without you guys, all of this goes away. So if you like what you see here and you want to see more videos like this, you know what to do with the PayPal and email links in the description box. Also, please like and share this video wherever you can. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and be sure to click the subscription bell to be notified of all my video uploads. I'm Ollie Matthews. This has been The Narcissistic Resistance.